I got to talk. I got to tell what I feel. I got to talk about my life as I see it. Biggie. Biggie.
Yo, what it is, man. Episode 1, Sunday's Kickback.
Oh, we finally here, man.
Finally here, man.
Finally here.
It took forever. Well, not really.
I'm all teeth right now.
All teeth. All teeth, man. Listen, it's a beautiful day. Summer's officially, starting. Philadelphia open today.
Yep.
You know, so everybody feeling good. King of Prussia actually open. I should have went over there. Got me something.
Stay safe, though.
Yeah.
Stay safe.
Stay safe, man. Listen, we're going to talk to y'all today. Episode 1, we got to keep it classy, but a little bit ratchet. You know what I'm saying?
We just got to keep it real, man.
Yeah.
Keep it original.
Facts.
I mean, I guess we should start off and, talk about who we are. Because, for the people who don't know.
Absolutely.
So, who's Gabe?
All right, man. Listen, Gabe, man. Listen, I'm born and raised in Germantown. I went to Catholic school. Me and Ron met in Catholic school, 5th grade. Then we went to Roman Catholic, Bishop McDevitt. So I'm Philadelphia all around.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Hampton University, the real HU.
Okay.
Studied criminology with a minor in sociology and therapy.
Yeah.
Ran track and field. Man, did pretty well. Walked on, earned a scholarship. My mother raised me. Grandparents helped.
Okay.
I'm really a solid dude. I'm a man of God. Just a few couple things. A little about Ron. Who's Ron?
Yeah, kind of similar. Identified African American male, black, inner city Philadelphia, Germantown. Grew up in a loving family. And really kudos to my mom. My mom, definitely was there. Pop too. A lot of cousins. I just grew up around a lot of love.
Right.
Went to Catholic school. I stayed in Catholic school throughout my whole tenure, actually.
Right.
From kindergarten all the way through high school, through senior year, man. And from there I went on to college, Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin. I'm about to say
a little school in Wisconsin, bro. It was different, but I had the full ride. I had the full ride. So, and I really didn't want to go. I didn't want to go into college. I was never the schooly type.
Right. You didn't want to go to college, period.
I didn't want to go to college, period. I come from a military type of family.
Right.
So everybody in my family, they went the military route. And to be honest, coming out of high school,
right,
that was something cool to me. Hey, I could go into the military, be a Marine, and I was always physically active, playing sports, lacrosse. Right. Football, but I got the lacrosse scholarship, so my mom nah, you gotta go.
Yeah,
you gotta go.
I remember that decision. I remember that night you telling me you was going to Wisconsin, man, and I was like, oh no, bro, I'm gonna let you do it. You feel what I'm saying? But that's crazy, Wisconsin,
It was crazy because I didn't even want to go. I had the full ride. I was really about to go to Hampton. And I was like, they got a club lacrosse team down there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You going there.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So it was we could really rock that.
But I'm gonna say though, bro, I'm a huge how can I say this? I'm a huge supporter of people that leave the state or leave their hometown.
Uh-huh.
It's such a big and important decision to leave your nest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And make your own. You know what I'm saying? You going to Wisconsin, that might have been a little stretch.
That was,
you know what I'm saying? Far. Based upon where we're from and then the background that you have, and
definitely
then go
different.
over there.
Complete culture change.
That's a huge flip. You feel
I
what
went
I'm saying?
from inner city kid, driving license as a junior to middle of nowhere Wisconsin, stuck on this little school, no transportation. I'm relying on, teammates to get me from point A to point B.
That you just met.
Yeah, so it was a complete culture change. But like you said, I'm an advocate for that too, because you learn so much in that time.
Yeah.
You went to Hampton, so how was that for you? Coming out of Philly, getting out of the Philadelphia environment, and then going down there.
To be honest, bro, it was a shock because I didn't realize how born and raised in Philly, we have this attitude with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and going down to the South, it smacked me in the face because I was so assertive. I'm so like aggressive with how I talk and my demeanor and how I walk. Like, everybody was telling me like, yo, Gabe, like, you cool? Like,
that's
your
Philly.
problem. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I didn't notice it because like we walked down the street. I remember it was 2013, pre-college. I had to go to pre-college, so my grades in high school wasn't all good. I had a disciplinary record. We'll get into that. But so yeah, I'm walking to the cafeteria by myself, and these guys come up behind me like, yo, you good? Like, you all right? I'm like, fuck you mean, am I good? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm like, what? He was like, no, like, I mean,
they
like,
was just trying to look out.
They were like, yo, no, like, we see you walking by yourself. Like, do you want some company to walk with? And I'm like, all right, you feel what I'm saying? Like, all right, and you know, that was the realization I had to come. Like, all right, now I'm starting to become a man. I can't have these tendencies where it's like, you know what I'm saying, this hood, like, rough tendency. Like, it's time to grow up and be a man.
Right.
You know, so off the gate, like, that was like, all right, I gotta move different.
Yeah,
you know
I had a similar experience where, like, the people in Wisconsin, man, they were so nice. Like, no knock on them at all. It was just, I was out of my comfort zone.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I met cool people out there, like, down to earth from everywhere. Hawaii, Iowa, you know, Nebraska,
right.
You know, Michigan, like, everywhere that, you know, growing up in Philadelphia, you don't even
think about it.
Yeah, you seeing Camden, New York, you know, Jersey. I mean, like, you know, you see what I'm saying? Like,
you see that. So that was a whole different element on your side. Like, culturally too. Like, how many black people was there?
Bro, I'm gonna be real honest. Like, the only black people that was really at this school was the athletes. Like, outside of the athletes, it may have been like a couple exchange students.
Right.
You know, Bahamas, Jamaica, you know, the islands. But other than that, man, like, everybody else is majority white. And it, you know, it's definitely a culture. Like, coming from Philly, and I'm seeing people go to school with, you know, with parrots on their shoulder.
Yeah.
And there's like nobody is like saying anything about it, and he just walking around with a parrot on his shoulder. It was just I was out of my comfort zone, but I needed that because, you know, I was able to grow, like you say, like, I was able to adapt and like see, like, identify, hold up, I don't really have to be always on edge like that. You know,
it opens you up.
It really does.
And I made some lifelong friends. I mean, the guys that I went to pre-college with in 2013 are still my friend. Like, most of them went to my birthday party in Miami with us. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I built a bond, and then I really appreciate them. I really, shout out to Norm, shout out to Derek. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Don, Rel. Those are my day one guys, and they're always gonna be my guys. You know what I'm saying? But what I wanted to ask you, like, so leaving Wisconsin, you went to Temple.
Yeah,
you came back home.
Bro, because it got dark for me because, like, out there, I was really going through it. Like, I mean, I was in a complete different zone. I was there for lacrosse, and I was playing. Like, I was getting playing time. I thought I should have been starting. Right. I mean, I was a freshman, but I wasn't. So that kind of had an effect on me. Yeah. I was going through a breakup at the time. Like, it was like my first serious relationship, going through that. And then I was just like, I just found myself getting depressed. Like, I started drinking crazy. Like, it got to the point I started drinking.
You started coping for what you was going through, yeah.
I mean, like, out there, they drink. That's what they do. You mean, but they're drinking beer, tossing beer, and you know, like us, we don't really get down like that.
The first time I got drunk was college, bro. We wasn't even drinking. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? High school, me and you.
It was liquor though, right?
It was liquor.
Yeah. Like we don't get into the beer, so I would go grab a fifth on a Friday, and then come Saturday night, I have to go grab. Like, I have a little bit more left, but I have to go grab some more because that ain't enough. And I'm like, no, I gotta get out of here. So I came back home, you know, went to Temple. And that was a whole different experience now, because now I'm coming back home to what I like know, but after being in Wisconsin and having that growth period, I'm coming back a little bit different now. Right. And I mean, my Temple experience was great too. Like, that was, you know, like you said, lifelong friends, joined the brotherhood.
The brotherhood.
Many
Talk
connections.
About it. The brotherhood.
Yeah, we got like, you know, shout out to the Noops.
Yeah, man.
Cab Alpha Psi, Lambda, you know, that's spring 16. That's what happened. In my second year at Temple, I joined the brotherhood, and that was probably one of the greatest decisions of my life, bro. And I'm sure you can attest to that too, right? Like, down Hampton, what like how, down there, I know the culture different.
So like I was saying before, man, like you went all the way. It was Midwest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had to go down south. I have roots down there. My grandfather went to Hampton. He plays Alpha Phi Alpha. You know, and I just felt like, you know, I had a certain attraction to warm weather, for one. You know what I'm saying? And Hampton was just, it had a solid track team that I wanted to be a part of. I knew for a fact with my disciplinary record and my grades coming out of high school, I wasn't going to be able to get a scholarship right off the bat.
Right.
So I made sure that I walked on to the team. But doing that, I actually sacrificed my GPA freshman year because a couple of my classes were at 3 and 4 o'clock. That's what time practice is.
Oh,
but
okay.
I knew for a fact if I didn't get the scholarship, my mother's not gonna pay for this. So I'm like, all right, I gotta sacrifice something. So every day, you know what I'm saying, uninvited, I went to that track. I was warming up with them and everything, acting like I was one of them.
Oh, you wasn't part.
I wasn't part of. No, I wasn't an invited walk-on. I wasn't. I mean, the coach
was just working out with
I was just working out.
Oh, okay.
But my teammates can attest to this. You know, I worked my ass off every day just to be seen. You know what I'm saying? It took a couple months, but then, you know, I had this really good practice. You know, shout out to Chidi, shout out to Javon, where I practiced with the seniors, and they were like, "Yo, this dude."
They gave you stamp.
Yeah, he can.
So once you got the stamp from them, it was
so
like.
once I got a stamp from them, the coaches start coming to me like, "Yo, what's your name?"
The coaches ain't even know
mind
the
you,
name at this time.
This is months while I'm still there. They just like, yeah, put whatever it is. And they called me Drake for like 5 months. So coach was like, all right, we're going to give you a shot, right? We're going to give you a shot. You've been working hard. We're going to put you in the 400-meter hurdles. Mind you, I haven't touched a hurdle ever in my life. Like, I didn't know what a hurdle was. So I felt like that was his way of, let me give him a shot, but I'm going to put him in something that I know he ain't going to, like,
he was trying to track.
He was just trying to get me out. Like, but I gave you a shot, though. You can't say nothing. So, you know, because HBCUs don't really have that much money, especially for track and field. It's more basketball, football. Right. So he gave me a shot. I'll never forget this day, man. I came, got on the bus. I was like, I know this is life or death. If I don't win this race or do well, I'm out.
Right.
He put me in the fastest heat and all that. So he
put that pressure on me.
He put that pressure on me, you know. But, you know, pressure makes diamonds. So, you know, shout out to the news.
So what happened?
So I get there. I warm up all day. Like, my race wasn't until night. I was warming up at 10 a.m. You know, I just had this pressure on me, man. I was praying hard, you know what I'm saying? I was talking to everybody about it. Gun goes off, man. I'm flying. I do well. I end up getting second in the race and got a scholarship.
This the fastest heat?
The fastest heat. Yeah, I wasn't gonna let nothing stop me, man. Like I have this real drive in me.
Oh wait, but how you do that? You ain't never do hurdle. You say you never touched hurdle?
I never touched them, but I practiced. You know what I'm saying? I practiced. He put me in a couple practices before the race.
With hurdles?
But I mean, I've never been in a race prior.
Okay.
Like I was in high school. I was 400.
Right.
You know, so ever since then, man, like I knew I was like, all right, I can do this. Unfortunately, because I skipped all the classes, my GPA coming in my sophomore year was like a 2.0.
Dang.
So I had to buckle down.
So at Hampton, if you got a 2.0, because I know
you can't run. So I couldn't even run the year after I got the scholarship. I had to wait. and then so listen. So that year, that indoor season, we go to North Carolina, bro. This is gonna be my first race. This is like January. This is like almost spring, so I can run some unattached, right? My dumb ass goes to the mall. And
I remember this.
And I decided to steal from a mall, right? I decided to take a thermal shirt that I didn't. They gave us per diem money. They gave me like $200, so I didn't end up stealing. I was just trying, you know, earn my stripes. Stupid. I get caught. Bam! Like I get caught. Cops come and everything. This is my first time on a road trip with Hampton.
Oh my gosh! The new boy who just got the scholarship.
New boy just got a scholarship. Is in the back of a cop car. You know what I'm saying? So then I get out. I got a court date and all that. All the way in North Carolina. Mind you, North Carolina is still 3 hours from Virginia. I ain't had no car down there. You know that. So I had to borrow a teammate, not even a teammate yet's car. Shout out to E. That's my brother now. Had to borrow his car 8 a.m. and drive up there like the next month. But I wasn't able to run that year because I got suspended.
I mean, but you know, like those L's. You know, those L's that we take, we gonna learn from that, and then that's who you become who you are today.
Yeah, but that's a story for everybody that's listening, man. That went through something that's just like, yo, God is not giving me a break. Trust me, bro. Just keep your foot on the pedal. Just keep your foot on the pedal, man. God gives his worst wars to his strongest soldiers, man. So
you gotta just keep your head down, keep working.
Perseverance.
You know, and when you look up, like you gonna be like, damn, hold up, I really got through that shit.
I really got through it.
really got through it.
And
that's how it is.
And then go back to it, and then I decided to pledge Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated.
Yeah.
That ain't helped, dog. That ain't helped, dog. So
I know that's down south
man.
schools.
Yeah,
Man.
them down south. Everybody, man, please go to HBCU if you have the chance.
Yeah. So I mean, I went to a PWI, and you know, like it was kind of, you know, it was different from an HBCU because I visited HBCUs, but at Temple, like it's fortunate, you know, I'm fortunate enough, like they have like something called, I think it's called like HBTU, which is like historically black Temple University. They have like
so I got like a little pocket.
They have like a strong like black community.
Okay.
You know, or like used to be now. I mean, I don't know how it really is, but you know, when I was there, it was like on its way out. So I don't know what it's like now, but
why you think that? You think that just became less of a need?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I
feel like going through everything we're going through now, you know, as far as the protests, as far as the unlawful deaths of our brothers and sisters on the street by this law enforcement, I feel like PWIs definitely need a stronger, you know, multicultural group.
Yeah.
Ethnics.
So that's the thing. Like, in Temple, they do have that. Like, they have, you know, the multicultural Greeks. So like, you know, all the other like non-MPAC Greeks. And then you have like, you know, it's different councils. But yeah, bro, like Temple, like as of recently, they have been like really shady in regards to that. Like, a lot of white students have like spoken up and like, you know, using like slander words, you know, F George Floyd. Yeah. You know, crazy stuff. Just posting it on TikTok or whatever.
Temple students.
And, you know, of course, you know, people got a hold of it, reported it to Temple.
Yeah.
Temple replied back and was like, we're not going to take any action because they have like the freedom of speech. And it was just like, dang, like, that's crazy. Like, just like, and I don't know. I've always had mixed feelings about Temple, just coming into it, because, you know, being from Philly, we went to Roman Catholic. That's 10 minutes away, 5 minutes away. So I've like always was hesitant towards Temple coming in. And like, you definitely see like some of the shade, like at least me. I can't speak for everybody, but I've definitely seen like the shadiness that was inside of the university, like as a whole. Like as I came into Temple, they told me, yo, all your credits are accepted, you know, you'll be on track. This and the third. I get there, they're like, yeah, your credits are accepted, but they don't count towards your major. So you gotta take these classes over. And I'm like, what? Like, they like did a little shimmy sham. You mean like, yeah, your credits are accepted, so you need 128 credits to graduate. So you have credits towards that. However, they don't count towards your major. Why not? Well, the curriculums don't match, and they just play games like that. So I always had mixed feelings about Temple, but then when that came out, with everything that's been going on, and all these other corporations and big universities speaking out and taking action on their students, I'm trying to like wash my hands at Temple. And then when I was there, they was trying to move into the community. You know, gentrification. Yeah, North Philadelphia. Like, take a ride down North Philly, you'll see it. You know, like they're trying to knock down buildings. You know, take away row homes that people that been in their houses for 20 years. So my views towards Temple is kind of.
I feel that, man. Like, how do you feel about everything that's going on in the street, man? We definitely got to touch on, you know, everything that's going on, these murders.
Like, for me, bro, I'm conflicted because I feel like I understand, like, as a black man, I understand where everyone is right now. Like, as far as, like, you know, the people who are fighting that fight, who are protesting, because whenever someone is unjustly killed, whether that be police officer or regular citizen, your average citizen, you know, can gun a man down and action not be taken for months on end. I see like people who I'm close with. I see my cousins. I see me. I see you. You mean like these are people who I grow up around. So it's just, you know, I see where it is, and for me, bro, I'm leaning on the side of like the rioting that and all the looting and stuff that took place. I was like, damn, this is crazy that it's happening. It's messed up. But at the same time, I'm like, all right, good. Like, we getting all this attention. So now they see what's going on, right?
So do you think the riots were necessary? Were necessary, I'm sorry?
Do I think they were necessary? Yeah. So for me, bro, I think whenever there's a revolution, of course, like that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to revolt against the system. So whenever there's a revolution, I feel like there's always going to be bloodshed, especially in America. Like, you can look at history, do whatever you got to do. Civil War, Boston Tea Party, Revolutionary War, stuff like that. It's always been bloodshed. So yeah, I do feel like the riots were necessary to get that attention. But I feel like in that same breath, you can't forget to, now that you have the attention, what we gonna do with it?
Yeah.
And all too often I hear about people organizing, let's get together, let's organize, let's do that. But then I feel like we don't really get there. Or like we may partake in a hashtag and be like, dang, like I feel like my job's done. Like, back when with that whole challenge that was going on.
Yeah.
That's how I felt at first. I'm like, I don't want to partake in that because I've done it before, and I just, I fell victim to feeling like, all right, my part is done.
Right.
But no, like we have to start.
Yeah.
We have to like get into these systems. Get to know the system. That way you can dismantle the system.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of us, we don't. A lot of us don't even take advantage of voting. And
I understand that, bro. And me and you had this private conversation, at my house. And I was telling you my aspect on it. My dream career is to be in Homeland Security, be in law enforcement, right? And I told you this. In our community, we have such a negative outlook on law enforcement, respectfully, and I get it. Throughout history, I have friends that got mistreated by the police. I get it.
Yeah.
But me getting my education and really looking at it and my plan, and African black people and other races have tried this. I feel like we need to be in law enforcement. Like I said, like we got Bill and Jake, riding around in cars around Mount Airy and Germantown, North Philly and all that. When they've never even been, before they were police, they were living in Jenkintown, they were living in Chestnut Hill, they were living in, all these other white areas, generally white areas.
I agree with you, bro, but I feel like it's something where like, even when we do get into those systems and we do because there are some black police officers, it's still they're still in their brotherhood, and then they have like a weird type of code of silence. So it's like, yeah, I'm looking at you like you are with us, but you're really not, because I don't know. I've seen, multiple cases where people just stand by the wayside and watch it happen. And it's like, damn, like, what's going on? Like, George Floyd, it was four of them.
Right.
Just standing there. Like, what is going on?
Right. That's that
blue
brotherhood. That's that blue brotherhood.
They fall victim to it. So I feel like you have to have the black people to infiltrate these systems, but still stay solid on who they are.
That's what. And another point I was talking about when I spoken to you about this privately, that if you don't have the right mindset and mentality to be a police officer, you can't be scared, and you can't go in there with ulterior motive just because you want a paycheck.
That's what it is.
My dream has always been to protect and serve. That's always been my dream. So I'm already going in there with that direction, and I know my end goal is for equality and make sure everybody gets treated fairly, make sure they got a due process, and I'm there for the right reasons. So I've interviewed police officers in Virginia.
Yeah. How was that?
Bro, they didn't, all they were talking about, I want to get out, I want to get some money, make sure, I didn't need a college degree, so I went in there. I'm totally against our police officers not having a degree, at least an associate's, bro. You know what I mean? Like, think about the Roman Catholic.
Yeah.
Imagine some of those guys, not just white, black, white, whatever, and then now they're on the street with a gun and a badge.
Bro, I know some of them.
I know some I'm saying, like, bro, like, you weren't like that in high school, and you think a couple weeks of training, maybe a couple months of training.
Yeah.
You just model cop? No, you weren't even integrated in a society where it was like, now you got some black people, now you got this and
bro,
that.
Bro, there's a kid who went to Roman with us. He's a cop now. And he commented on, something that I posted on Instagram, some wild comment, I forget what it was, like along the lines of, well, if black people aren't doing this wouldn't happen, type of thing. And it's like, damn, like this is what we're dealing with. Like they feel like their actions are justified. And when I say they, I know that all cops not bad. I have cops in my family. I know that.
Right.
But at the same time, you do have those ones who are, and I feel like those ones who join with that malicious intent, and we see it time after time. Like the dude in Florida, it was like a police officer who shot his gun 10 months straight, on every month.
Right.
Why are you doing it? There's no reason.
The thing about that is, bro, I'm glad you brought that up. His supervisor, bro, what is the hiring process? And the breakdown of you reviewing your officer's conduct.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You see that he's using his gun. You see that he's really aggressive. You see that his arrest rate is stupid high.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to hear not a lot of cops are, we don't have enough cops, so I can't fire them.
Yeah,
bro, come on now. Come on, man. Like, you're not hiring the bright people you want to hire. You probably hiring a friend.
The people who you want.
You probably hiring somebody you know. Somebody you mean.
The people
so if the chief or the commissioner of that district, that city, has a mindset, he knows what he's looking for on the street. He knows who he wants on the street.
Yeah.
Say you and I want to be a police officer on the Philadelphia streets, and he sees that we're not here with his mindset and his mentality. And I'm not talking about Philly. I'm talking about more so like the place you just mentioned, the little small pockets.
You don't fit the demographic.
You don't fit that.
You don't look right for us.
Or I'm gonna put you on desk duty.
Exactly. You don't look right for us. And I mean, bro, like it get tedious thinking about it, and it get like crazy, and like everybody got their own opinions, and then like you go into the work field, and like now they talking about it. Everyone's talking about it, and it just get like tiring after a while.
Yeah. So are you having these conversations at your work, at your job?
No, not really. Only because I'm choosing not to. Like for me personally, I work in basically a majority white company, but my team is all black.
Okay.
It's all black. So for us, it's like we could talk about it, and we bust it up all the time. We talk about plenty of things that included, but we don't make that like this is the focus of our conversation because we understand like this is something that's been going on for centuries type time, like so, and like we don't make it, but like the white people in the company, they're getting uncomfortable with everything that's been going on.
Very uncomfortable.
And it's a good thing. It's good that
it's supposed to be uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for me
it's supposed
too.
To be.
Yeah,
it's uncomfortable for us, but it's different because it's like this shit been going on for years. Like since I was born, type like my whole life. Yeah. You feel me? Like I've experienced it personally.
Right.
So it just get weird, like, and I feel like as a black man, cause like I work in the health field, it's not a lot of men, like it's more women than men, period. And then black on top of that, like you just become more of a minority, and I feel like I would be looked to, like, as the person for. Yeah. So like, how do you feel, Ronnie?
See, that's funny because that actually happened to me. I'm the youngest and I'm the only black person in my department. And I have a higher ranking, job. Yeah. So every time we're talking about it, my supervisor be like, hold on. Like we're talking about NASCAR. Yeah. Oh. He was like, Gabe, how do you feel? I'm like,
Gabe.
Well, honestly, you want to be direct. I don't agree. He was like, cause.
But wait, but bro, like in the workplace, are you keeping it a buck on how you really feel?
No. There's no way I can keep it a buck. There's no way I can keep it a buck, bro.
That's my confliction. Because if you ask me, I'm going to keep it a buck.
I mean, but listen.
And look, I don't care if you don't like the response.
I'm keeping it a buck, but I can't go like deep. Like I've had to give my thoughts on the matter, but I can't be like, if my boss says something, like he said something that I really didn't agree with. He was like, I don't agree that the NFL should apologize for Colin Kaepernick. I don't agree because he wasn't a good player from the jump, so he should get out of here. But if what's the name? Mahomes says something, I would apologize. That's what he said. So I'm like,
wow.
So you think because I'm not that good of a player, my emotions don't matter as much as Patrick?
I mean, either way, you're a QB1.
But then he was like, yeah, it's a business, so I wouldn't really give a fuck what he said.
Damn.
And I can't be like, well, fuck that. You know what I mean? I can't do that because it's just, I'm already the only black dude.
See, for me, all right, so for you, it sounds like that's more of like a casual conversation, like between you and him.
No, this is the office, bro.
This is the office?
This is the office, bro. So, like, people are listening.
So what I'm talking about, like, my company is talking about having, like, a company-wide, like, forum with, like, people to guide the conversation.
Right.
But out of everyone that's in the company, it's probably all but 3, 4, 5 black men.
Right.
So, as the youngest, I'm sure, like, people will, like, look to me. And for me, bro, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, I have to. So, like, if I don't, I just won't feel.
I mean, you keep it a buck, bro. But there's, you know what I'm saying. Like, there's certain things that you can't press on. I can voice my concern with an educated manner, with factuals. These people are world facts. Like, they're like, if I'm like, yeah, like, do you believe in systematic racism?
Yeah.
They'll be like, nah. And I'm like, well, why? They were like, well, statistically speaking.
It sounds like you in a fucked up environment.
No, bro, but it's not. Like, 'cause they don't treat me different. But it's like when we're talking about this, you were like, bro, I had to educate
Bro, if
my
you don't
partner.
believe in systematic racism,
Right, but you're not living
You're
it. Mind
part
you,
of the
these people
problem.
are from these people from Bluebell, these people from Conshohocken. They
bro,
don't see nothing.
They're part of it. That's
yeah,
part of the
they're
issue.
part of the problem. But this is what I'm saying. I had to teach them about Black Wall Street.
Mhm.
I had to teach them about the Moors.
Mhm.
I had to teach them about all that stuff, and they were their eyes were open up like, what? The Moors?
Yeah.
What? And bro, I asked them. This is my specific question. I was like, yeah. So how do you feel about Trump having a rally on Juneteenth
Yeah.
in Tulsa with the history of Black Wall Street? They were like, Black Wall Street?
See, but that's
is
the
that?
problem, bro. If you have if you're ignorant towards the fact, and you don't decide, you see it every day. You see it on your feed, strolling down. You see it on the news. You hear
Right.
it on the radio. You can't avoid it.
Right,
So
right.
if you're choosing to remain neglectful, to remain in the unknown,
Mm-hmm.
then you're enabling it.
Right.
You probably don't really care about it.
Right.
And you might be enabling it. You might be one of the people who doing the shooting.
Right.
So,
Bro, they don't care, bro. It's just they don't see it. It's not being taught. Like to be honest, bro, we weren't taught about Black Wall Street.
no.
You know what I'm saying? We
No,
weren't
not-
taught.
not
We
in
weren't
school.
taught about all
Definitely
that.
not
We
in
weren't taught
Catholic
about the
school.
Moors. We weren't taught about the real history between Christopher Columbus. The outrage on everything that's going on. We weren't taught.
They
you
won't.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
they
know what
won't.
I'm saying?
They don't. They won't.
We gonna keep going. We gonna get deep. You know what I'm saying? We've been here for
Man.
about an hour.
Bro.
We had to get this conversation out of the way.
Yo,
because,
and
you know what
I
I'm saying?
got so much more to say. It's
So much
crazy.
more to say.
Like I really
so much
do.
more
like,
to say. But that's why we're gonna be dropping every Sunday. That's Sunday's Kickback.
Sundays
We're gonna
Kickback.
loosen it up, but everything that's going on, y'all.
And I don't
we
even
gotta talk
like
about
dwelling
it.
on it, but when we get started,
We
like
get started.
it
We get
just,
started. You know what I'm saying? Like
it just flows, so.
it's just gonna flow. But yeah, so every Sunday, make sure you follow us at Capo2, at Ron the Ruler, at
Definitely.
Sunday's Kickback. Shout out to
Sunday's
Ford
Kickback.
Studios. Shout out to Umi Beats, our producer.
Hey yo, and
You know
the
what I'm saying?
ruler, is spelled with an A. Like, everybody spells it with an E. I made that
Everybody
joint when I
gets
was like
Everybody
in the
gets
9th
it.
grade. So
Right.
it's with an A, y'all.
Right.
So,
Hey man, thank y'all for tuning in. We're gonna see y'all next week, man.
yeah, for sure, for
Shout
sure.
out. Be out.